Logitech audio. No audio device. Wait. Test. Test. So is there audio now? No, it's good. Thank you. So I'm going to talk about, okay, first of all, I'm going to change the topic on my stream here. So I'm going to talk about that. Select all, paste, tab. Okay, XR Talk Show 2019, March 6th. I'm going to talk about emacs, xah-fly-keys, blogging vocabulary. Basically, I'm going to use emacs to write blogs. So you see my workflow with emacs. You see a demo of xah-fly-keys. You see my custom emacs command on the left panel here. So that's my daily routine because I write like 5 blogs. I write blogs on emacs, on programming, on web dev, on keyboards, on music and literature, a bunch of things. So I'm gonna do that today. I'm just going to show you how I do that. So this is my blog. This is my programming blog. So by the way, you can find my blog by going to xah-fly-info. Okay, wait, xah-fly.org, xah-fly.org. Okay, then you can see I have several domains. xah-fly.info, ergo emacs. xah-fly.info is for math and programming related stuff and keyboard. Now ergo emacs is for emacs, blogs, emacs list and everything emacs. Now go back. Word in English is for literature, writing, linguistic stuff. And then I have music and art and others. So I'm going to do. Why don't I start actually? 3 people watching. Great. Thank you guys for coming by. So I'm going to show you how I use Emacs to write a blog. Then I'm going to. Okay, that's it. Basically, that's it. So I'm going to add. First of all, let's do a Korean page. So here's a Unicode. You see, I talked about it yesterday. Unicode, which is fascinating. And what I'm going to do, you see, in the last week, I added several new pages. So on the left panel, you can see many pages. So what I added are these very interesting things. Let me show you. Chinese, Japanese, Arabic, Devanagari, something like that. Which is used by Hindi in India, and Bengali also used in India. Tamil also used in India. Tibetan, that's very interesting one you'll see in a minute. And hieroglyph, that's Egyptian stuff. Linear B, which is ancient, like ancient Greek. And cuneiform, that is also very interesting. So I'm going to show you the pages. So switch tab. So so this is Chinese, and if you guys want, I can show you how to input Chinese. You see, this is very fancy. If you are not Chinese or Japanese, it might be very interesting to you. So I'm gonna show you how do I type Chinese. So this is Chinese page. This is Japanese page. Very complex writing system. This is Arabics. Very interesting to Latin alphabet language users because it's from right to left. So this is Devanagari, something like that. or Devanagari. It's used for several languages. It's used by Hindi, one of the primary language in India, and a bunch of others. Actually, quite a few uses this um, script. So there's Bengali, which looks pretty similar, also used in India for several languages. I mean, these are writing systems. Tamil, also used in India. Very beautiful. I mean, you got all these curves. Very interesting. And Tibetan also looks very fancy. It's like one of the languages you see in Star Trek. Klingon or stuff. Actually, to create a alien language is pretty easy. All you do is you change each English alphabet. A, B, C. You change them to some other, characters, symbols. Then immediately, like you have a, alien looking language. In fact, that's one of the some of the video games do that. Egyptian. Let me show you. Okay, so you guys keep the comments coming. Okay, so if you have questions or anything, you want me to talk about, just say it. So I'm going to show you. Yeah, actually, word in English. Okay, Zelda. Okay, let's go to search. I'm gonna show you a very interesting thing. Xah-fly Zelda language. Okay, so there is legend. Drop the language. Xah-fly Zelda. There it is. Inscriptions. You see, so Zelda is a video game. And in this video game, you have these alien-looking or ancient-looking inscriptions. By the way, Zelda is a great game. But actually, I only played Zelda Ocarina back in 1999. But oh my God, that's my favorite game. Because it's adventure and stuff. But anyway, so in this Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Wild or wind? I think it should be wind. Breath of the Wild. Okay, wild. You have you have these doors that opens like that, and you have inscriptions on it. And someone actually deciphered it. You just change each symbol. Basically, they just take the English alphabet and change it to map it to a strange, odd symbol. Then you get these. So if you put it together, it's like very silly. Dungeon, dungeon. It just repeat dungeons. So, you know, so this is a map of the symbols and alphabet. And there's a video. Yeah, so anyway, so if you want to create a alien looking language, in written form or ancient script, that's, it's actually very easy to do. So back to Unicode. So, you have Egyptian stuff, you have linear B, cuneiform. Okay, let's close them. Close, 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 close. Go back to my emacs blog, reopen in browser. So I'm going to add a new page, Korean. So let's begin. Okay, first of all, actually, I need to go to a Unicode page. So I'm going to add a Korean somewhere here. Okay, after Japanese. So first of all, go here, copy the URL back to Emacs, paste it here, paste, okay, and Linkify. By the way, every command I call in Emacs is shown on the left side. You can see the command name and the key. I'm using a Vorak keyboard layout, and let's magnify. And I'm also using xah-fly-keys. Okay. Now you can look at my Vorak keyboard layout by. Let's go to my keyboard blog, and you can see layout. And here you can study all about it. There's alternative layout. There's QWERTY, there's Vorak. So I'm gonna just copy it and show you here. So back to wait, close this. So back here, that show in browser and magnify. Okay, so I'm using Vorak layout and I'm using xah-fly-keys. So because of the Vorak layout, you might see the letters strange. And also I'm using xah-fly-keys, which is efficient, so you never see me press Control key. So anyway, let's add the Japanese. So Japanese here, I mean not Japanese, Korean. So copy this link, paste, and Unicode, the new file name will be Korean. Copy that, Unicode Korean, delete that, actually that, close that, close that frame. Okay, capitalize sentence. Okay, so this is a new page. It doesn't exist yet. I just created a link. So, and I have this command I'm going to call. So meta x xah copy HTML by link. Enter. So what this does is that it just copied this page, the Japanese, just duplicate it, just copy it into this new page. So now if I press enter, you can see it's there. Now show in browser. You can see it's just a copy of the Japanese. So back in Emacs, now we're going to change the title. Actually close this, move here, select, copy, back here, open, change title, select all, paste, there. Okay, now it says Korean. Now update the date stamp. I have a date stamp here, magnify. So call the command xah update article date stamp. So now you can see it's today's date, and this is a new one, so I'm gonna remove that. Then over here we don't need it, and don't need it. Hold on a second, what's going on? Okay, don't need it. Delete, 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 delete. Select, 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 select. Okay, delete, 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 delete. Okay, and delete. Now show in browser. Now you can see it's empty. So basically I'm just like kind of copying the template. So now close this, back to my blog. So now I actually need to add Korean text. So what I do, okay, this will be fun. I go to xah-li, wait, okay. So go back to xah-li info and magnify and scroll down and go to Unicode. Now in Unicode, I can just type KOR. It updates in real time. REAN. Oh, it doesn't. So I'm trying to search all Unicode characters that contains the name Korean, and it basically showed up empty. Like there's not many characters that contains the word Korean, but actually there are few. The first four doesn't show, but the last one is interesting actually. So we're gonna copy that because I'm gonna look into what they are, and it could be very interesting, and I'm going to like study what they are, and so open the Korean page, magnify the page, paste it here. Wait, did I? Oh, okay. So it doesn't show in Emacs except the last one. Korean standard symbol. That's very interesting. I haven't seen it before. Okay, but why is it no Korean, in Unicode? Because the Korean alphabet is called jumbo, I think. So let's try that. Select all, J-U-M. Oh, okay. So it's called. Okay. So it's called Hangul. Hangul. By the way, Hangul means Korean. That's I know because in Chinese the Korean country in Chinese is called Hanguo. So in English, Hanguo is so apparently let's say Hanguo is the English pronunciation of the Korean country, and which is similar to how Chinese call it. Chinese, Japanese, Korean, all these countries they share a huge amount of culture, and many of it are from originated from China. Because China is the big land in Asian. So anyway, Hangul. Okay, let's look at the comments. Are they? Hey Vlad. Hey Vlad, I knew you before. So oh runs. So there's runs from Diablo. Someone even made a keycap set based on them. Yes, I've seen that. I need to add that. Okay, actually let's add runs today. Actually, so I'm gonna do that. So add items. So copy paste. Wait, copy paste. Add runs. So if we have time, we're gonna add runs. But now let's back to Korean. Okay. Back to the Korean page. So we got the Korean characters, but actually these are not all. Oh yeah, because I just searched for JU. So actually I should search for HANGUL. Now this looks like the whole set of Korean. Yes, let's look. So by the way, I wrote this JavaScript that search Unicode. So you can use it. This is a URL, and tell your friends, blog about it. I'd be happy to get more users. So it's interactive. Everything you type, the result shows up here. It's a JavaScript. I can show the code to you if you guys want. Just type in the comments. Let me know. If we have time, I'm gonna show that. So, but anyway, so we copy the Koreans, put it here. Wait, yeah, put it here. Wait, undo, paste, new line, and now select this part. Actually, yeah, okay. Select this, narrow to region. Now escape, move to top. Now I'm going to change space to new line. So I call command xah space to new line. I wrote a command that does that. So there it is. Magnify. Now I'm going to call a macro. So let me show you what I'm going to do. So first of all, widen. So you see, this is my web page, right? I mean, let's look in browser. So okay, you got a bunch of Korean characters, but what I want is this. I call the command. Look at the command on the left panel. You see, that's called xah-HTML mark Unicode. So what it does is that it puts a HTML mark tag around the character, and also shows the Unicode, hexadecimal 1100, and the Unicode character name. Now let's show in browser. So show in browser, you can see now it's big. It's big there because of CSS code. Now what I need to do is I have to do this to all these characters. Now why do I use this? Because once you have that, then you mouse hover over it, it'll show it. Let me show you. Okay, so let me show you in Safari. So because in Safari I have JavaScript turned on. So let's call the command Safari. Because I open in Safari. Okay, that's the command. Enter. There it is in Safari. Now if I move the mouse over this character, now you can see that pop-up tooltip, and it tells you the Unicode name and the Unicode hexadecimal for that character. So I need to add this to all these characters. And how do you do that? You can do it this way. For example, I'm gonna show you. Look at the left panel for the command I'm calling. So do it, move down, do it, move down, do it, move down, 对. Okay, so show in browser. So you see we got a few, but this is repetitive. So emacs key macro comes to the rescue. So let's see how we use that. So I'm gonna select the whole block. Okay, I'm gonna narrow to region. Narrow to region is so that you can you know you limit your buffer to show only a specific part you want, so you can avoid find and replace other parts you don't want to change. So anyway, so we are now on this. So what I'm going to do is start a macro, record a macro, and apply the macro to all the lines. So look at the left panel to see the command I'm calling. So I'm going to start record macro, move cursor to the right, call the command, stop macro. Now I have one macro recorded. Now I'm just going to apply that macro to all these lines. So first of all, select all the lines I want. Now I'm going to call the command mx apply macro to region lines. Enter. It's all done. You see, it's all done. Now widen to see the whole buffer. Okay, and shrink the spaces. Now I'm going to add a div tag around it. So there it is. Close that. Show in browser. Yay! So it's essentially done. Okay, let's show this in Safari. Refresh. You see now if I move cursor around each character, it will show the pop-up. So this page is almost done, but not yet. Okay, let's look at the comments. Is there any? Hey Jack. Hey Matthews. Okay, if you have any questions, just post it. Okay, type it. So now, am I doing good so far? So now I have I have this Korean page almost done. Not exactly yet, but I'm gonna talk about why yet. But there's one more thing we need to do. We need to add a index on the left panel. Okay, we need to add the index on the left panel. Now the left panel, if you on this page, if you scroll down, let's scroll down. You can see the panel is at the bottom over here, so it's fairly long, from line 406 to line 490. So you see this is the panel. The first one is Unicode emoticons. The second one is Unicode hand gestures. And if you look at the browser here, you can see emoji, hand gestures, and food. So that is this part. It's long. So I'm going to do. So we need to add a Korean. This new page we just created, Korean, into right after the Japanese here. Okay, so let's do that. So first of all, I'm gonna copy this part. Okay, show the left panel. I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to call the command xah-find replace text. Xah-find replace text. Okay, and I'm going to paste it here. It's a big one. Okay, remove the empty lines near the bottom. Okay, then enter. Okay, and then it's going to ask me replace string. Okay, now I don't know what's a replace string yet, so let's cancel it for now. Now I'm going to add the replace string. So search for Japanese. Search JAP. Okay, so this line is for Japanese. Let's magnify. So this line is Japanese. Now I'm going to copy it. New line, paste. So we just copied this line, Japanese. Now change this line to Korean. So copy file name. So I'm going to just let's just make this so it's easier to see. You see the two lines of Japanese are here. So I'm going to so this file name is Korean, and okay, and this part we don't want, but actually we do want. You see, for the index here, each language, each writing system, there is one Unicode character that represented. The Unicode character just so that people can easily see. Oh, this shape is interesting. Let's see what that is. So it kind of represents the whole script. So what we need to do now is we need to choose one character that kind of like represent Korean. Now this is a little bit tricky because if you do not speak Korean, I mean, if you do not know the language, sometimes you could pick a character that is just totally wrong. you know, uh, for example, if you are trying to do this for Chinese and you picked a character, let's say for example shit, and you don't know what it means, and you put it there, and when Chinese see Chinese and it says shit, then that's bad. But anyway, for Korean, the Korean writing system, they are actually alphabets. It does not look like alphabets, but actually they are. They are alphabets such that unlike the English alphabet where each character is just side by side, the Korean alphabet, they can place, they have these squares and circles. You place one, you put a few of them together, that forms one word. That's how Korean alphabet works. I don't actually know Korean, so you might go to Wikipedia, and actually there are a lot of YouTube videos that teach you the basics of Korean. But anyway, so for now, I'm just going to pick something I think that looks like Korean very much. Um, Actually, I have to change because usually, so when I do this page, I will have to like take 1 hour of reading to do that. But for now, let's just use this character. Okay, so again, mark Unicode, and we are done. Actually, yes. So shrink the white space, shrink the white space, shrink the white space, show in browser. Page down, page down. Okay, you see the Korean there. Now we need to do this for every page, like every one of these Unicode page. For example, let's go to APL. Okay, now if you scroll down, you see you don't see Korean here because we haven't added yet. Now let's add it. So I'm going to select the Japanese, copy. Okay, now call xah-find replace text, paste, enter. Now replace string. Okay, I know what replace string I want now. So replace string is going to be these two lines. So replace the Japanese line by the Japanese and Korean line. Copy, go to mini buffer, paste. Okay, that's a replace string I want. Enter. Now what directory I want to do the find and replace. Okay, that's the right directory, xah-fly-info comp. Enter. Now file path rejects HTML. Yes. Enter. All HTML files. Now right change to file. Yes. Fixed case in search. Yes. Fixed case in replacement. Yes. Make backup. Yes. Oh, it's all done. Now it's very nice. Now this, you see, this tool is super nice for find and replace and for programming language refactor. So you might try it. It's a package I wrote. Now if you just search for this name, xah-fly replace text emacs, you'll find the package. It's on Mailpack. So anyway, so this output, this means all these files, the pink lines are files, and the yellow lines are the occurrence of the replacement. So you can see arrow down, you can see all these are changed. They are the same for every file. So all these files are changed. Now close that, show in browser again. Now let's go to emoji. Scroll down, you can see Korean there. So it's done. Okay, so this page is basically essentially done, but I need to upload to my website. Okay, let me read the comment for a little bit. Sometimes my emacs sometimes my emacs cannot show the unicode, especially face icons. Yeah, that is a common problem. First of all, make sure. Now on Mac and Windows, if you always update your operating system, that should fix the problem, because Unicode now every year there's a new version of Unicode around June. And every year they add about maybe 100 characters, or sometimes a few hundred. And these days, every year they also add new emoji. Like every year you have maybe 10 more emoji. So for example, today's right now is 2019, and in coming June they will have like more emojis, and basically no font will show it. But until after next year, then Microsoft and Apple's, they will update their font, and then you will see the new emoji. Now on Linux, it's always a little bit problematic. You will always missing a lot. Many emoji won't show. There's not much you can do. But anyway, so on Linux, what you can do is you go to my Unicode page. Scroll all the way down, and you will see download font. Okay, then there's this font you can install. Google Noto is a good one because they try to cover every character in Unicode. So they have like tens of fonts. So if you are missing font, make sure that you have, if Unicode is not showing on your screen, if you see squares and or question mark and stuff, it's probably, first of all, check if you have the font installed. So go to, just install Google Noto. Yeah. Okay, so but I want to know how to solve it without replacing your font. Well, when a Unicode is not showing up on your screen, there are several possible problems. Not just one, not just because of font. There are several possible problems. First of all, is because you don't have the font. The second reason is that even if you have the correct font, sometimes the the whole situation is fairly complex. Each application, usually the operating system provide a technology or mechanism called font substitution technology. Now for Mac and for Windows, they have their own names for that technology. I don't know what is, and for Linux, you have you also have a font substitution technology. But each one has their different names for Mac or Windows or Linux. So what the font substitution technology is that on a page, you can mix different languages or emoji, right? And if the application do not see a particular Unicode, it tries to look in the font, the current font. If that character is not in the current font, then it tries to search for a font that contains that character. then use that font's character for for the character. So that usually works, but sometimes it does not work. For example, let me show you. For example, this is Firefox. I have this linear B. Now linear B is a Asian language. You can see this or Unicode. Okay, now if I copy the URL and I go to Google Chrome, paste the URL, enter. Oh, it works. Okay, so there's something that doesn't work. Cuneiform. Yeah. Okay, you see, the cuneiform is not showing in Google Chrome. However, in Firefox, if I go to cuneiform, it shows. And if I go to Safari, scroll down, cuneiform, it also works, but it does not work in Google Chrome. So you see, the reason it doesn't work is usually very complex. These days the technology, it's very complex. I'm on the same machine. So it doesn't work. So it's the same situation on Linux. It's probably worse, and so anyway, so that's a state of art. Something not everything works perfectly. You just have to try to find out why. So let's go back to read some questions, and I'm going to okay, hold on, let me continue my final step for this Unicode page. Programming block archive, don't need that. Close that, close that, close that, close that. Japanese. Okay, so we added a Korean page, but it's not on my website here yet. You see, this is my xah-fly-info URL. It's not here yet, so I'm going to add it. So what I do is to eShell. eShell is a shell written in emacs. Excuse me, I just had pizza. So eShell is a shell written in Emacs Lisp. And what I do is I call this command xah interactive abbrev. So these are abbreves, but with interactivity, you see. Now I press enter, async. Now I press enter, that means do it. So this will sync my local files to my web server. So now I need to type a password. So I'm going to type this secret password. Okay, it's done. You see, this is done by the emacs command xah insert word, which, by the way, is not public, obviously. So now you see it changed, it uploaded all these files. You see, all these files has changed. Why? Because remember, we changed the index, for all these Unicode files. Okay, now let's close eShell. Close eShell. Now go back to Brave browser and xah-fly website. Yes. And refresh. Okay, now scroll down. Korean, there it is, Korean. Yeah, now it's done. Okay, so now it's finally done, but now I'm going to take, I'm going to read about Korean, for 1 hour, so that this is not a good page. I mean, this is not final quality, because for people reading this, you want to organize these characters so that they make sense to the Korean language, not just a bunch of Unicode characters used for Korean. You want to organize them, for example, alphabets, maybe order them, and sometimes they also have digits, like maybe, if let's see if I can guess which one are digits, like 0 1 2 3 4. Let me cheat and see the pop-up. So I don't know. Yeah, usually like each language they have some characters for digits. Uh, yeah, I don't see it. So, anyways, yeah. So I have to go and read about it and organize them to. But let's cheat. Let's go to the Korean page. So here Korean. Let's say go up, magnify, go up, C digit. Oh, they wait. No, that's not it. Okay, it looks like Korean doesn't. I mean, it probably has digits, but not in the characters I'm showing. So I might be missing some characters because not all the Unicode characters used for Korean start with the word Hangul. Because right now all these characters they start with the word Hangul. So and also these characters I need to let's go here. These characters apply markup to region lines. Okay. Yeah, so those characters I need to do something about. I think that's it. That's about it for today. Let's look at the questions. Lego your way around an alphabet. Hi, xah, have you seen the Unicode update? What do you mean Unicode update? Um, yeah. Okay. So any more questions about Unicode? So anyway, that's the way I work with my update my web pages. For example, let me show you what I'm gonna do. So I have just created a new page for Unicode Korean. So I'm gonna copy the path, and I'm going to go here, create a new section, paste, linkify it, and add a paragraph. View in browser. You see, I have a new section for Korean, and I'm going to call a command. Let's go here. So call the command xah make atom entry. So this create a atom entry, which is a web feed, RSS web feed. So that it tells people I have a Korean page. So close that, save, go to eShell, async, and it's uploaded to my website. You see, now when people who are subscribed to my programming blog, they'll get a notice. There's a new page Korean. So so this is how I use Emacs to do my daily routine of writing blogs. So I was planning. So we've done Korean, so we can like cross it out. I was planning to do another page, which is very different. It's for English vocabulary. So I can do that, or I can do another page for runs. Runs are also interesting. I need to add to my Unicode page. What else? So yeah, so that's about it for today's topic. Any more questions? So do you like me to do the do you want me to do another page, which is an English vocabulary page? Type questions, or else let's say, do I want it? Do I want to do it? Yeah, let me know. Okay, so let's look at runs. Runs Wikipedia. Yes. Yeah, so I'm going to add, I know keyboard IO has runs. Yeah, so it's very fascinating. Runs are, these are ancient scripts. So anyway, and let's look at xah-fly keyboard. Okay, so this is my keyboard website. I'm just starting to ramble. So, xah-fly keyboard website. And there is ergonomic keyboards. And many of these are very interesting. And of course, I am using, I'm using I'm using this one. Okay, let's put it back. So I'm using Kinesis Advantage, and well, I was going to show you some of the interesting. Okay, yeah. So keyboard I/O. I think keyboard I/O has a custom keycap that uses runs. That's what you are talking about. I mean, you were talking about that. So I don't have a picture here, but however, I do have another very interesting picture. That is the ultimate hacking keyboard. So you can see this guy. There. I believe that's runs. Yeah, so they sell keycaps, for these. You can use runs. You can use any. By the way, there are many Westerners. They use Japanese, but when a Japanese look at it, it usually does not make much sense. But it's a novelty. It's just interesting. So anything else? Okay, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. If you liked my videos, put some money in my account. I'm on Patreon. I'm on Amazon. I'm on PayPal. Just go there and drop me some bucks. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.